One thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people are talking about how Triple G's the older fighter and things of that nature. But one thing that I noticed that they haven't spoke about is that how beneficial is it for him to actually be able to go up in weight to 168 and not have to get down to 160, something that he's been doing for over a decade now. Is that gonna, in your opinion, make him a lot stronger, or something that now you guys can focus on something more than just trying to get cut down the middleweight again?
Um, I don't think it's gonna make him no stronger. He was a dominant middleweight, and I don't see any changes. It would be only difference is he got 8 pounds he can keep instead of shedding off. That's about it. I don't see it being I don't see it being significantly different. But the thing I'm concerned about is everybody. A lot of people have asked about how different it's gonna be. G's been middleweight his whole career. Now he fighting 68. He's not fighting the guy coming down from cruiserweight. He fighting the guy coming up from lightweight.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no one thinks about this. He's fighting the guy coming up from lightweight. Now all of a sudden the lightweight guy is the bigger guy. He went all the way up to cruiserweight. It was on his way to light heavy. He was on his way to heavyweight to fight Usyk.
Yeah.
That was his plan. He knocked out the 170. He weighed in 175. Stopped Kovalev, and he was going on the rant. Then he said, "Okay, he want Usyk next. He's going up to heavyweight, really, to fight Usyk." So what is going on? That this man can come from a lightweight all the way to light heavyweight, damn near cruiserweight. Now he come back down to super middleweight. What's going on with this? I mean, is this normal? I mean, everybody asks me, what's G gonna do? Is that 68, not at 60? Like, what is this guy gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is, I don't know, man. This is not, it's not too normal, is it?
No, you're definitely correct. Do you get a sense on, when I watch the press conferences and everything, Triple G's very calm, professional, not emotional about anything, and Canelo seems to be, upset and angry and just not in a good mood. Do you think that's something that is more to do with the fact that he just lost to Bivol, or is it something to where he knows that he's going to be in this fight with Triple G, and this is someone that a lot of people believe has beaten him at least once, and there's a good majority that thinks that he's won twice.
It might be the fact that he pissed off that he got to get back in the ring with this monster, man. He like, shit. He probably really is pissed off about that. He like, man, I can't believe y'all making me do this. I don't want to get back in the ring with him. Right thing, I stayed away from him for 4 years. He looking over his shoulder. I told y'all, I don't want to fight the guy no more. But he's contractually obligated to do it, so he's doing it. But I mean, in reality, I mean, dude seems to be upset, seems to be taking it personal. I think he has to do whatever he needs to do to keep himself upbeat for the fight. But as far as the personal stuff, that he said is personal and he must destroy him. I mean, I believe him. I believe him by saying he's coming to destroy him. I believe him. Everything in his resume proves that when he comes to destroy people. So I believe him. So that's why we got to be extra prepared.
You've had several camps now with Triple G. How do you feel like it's different now from when you first took over after the second Canelo fight to now? They say it takes maybe a few training camps for a trainer and a boxer to really get into a rhythm. Do you feel like at this point you guys really understand each other and it's going to be kind of at the top of your game when you get into the ring on the 17th?
I think every camp we gel more and more. You know what I'm saying? So it's just another camp that we can get closer and closer. I think we gel every single camp. The first camp, we blend very well together. Second, third, like so, we come together we get better and better each camp.
And what's your opinion on, the one thing that everyone is talking about is, I think for the most part, people feel that when Triple G and Canelo fight, it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be an action fight. They're closely matched. Sometimes, you get a good two boxes together and it's always going to be fireworks. But the one thing that they say could be a disadvantage for Triple G and today is his age, and the fact that he's 40. In your mind, is that something? Is that a reality? Is that something that is something that you guys have to take into consideration? Or if you could explain to me why, not to quote Aaliyah, but age ain't nothing but a number. It doesn't. It has nothing really to do with what's going to happen, in the fight.
I mean, it's difficult to answer because so do I feel that GB and 40 is going to play a negative role in the fight? No, I don't feel that way. I mean, I think it's not the fact that AJ number the number, but it's more of a fact that how you go about your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you have street guys pretending to be fighters, and you have world-class fighters pretending to be street guys. And the two don't mix. Either you make it your lifestyle or you don't. And if you make it your lifestyle, you can have a long career. But if you try to mix the two and play both sides, you have a very short career. And with Triple G, being a fighter is his lifestyle. And he lives a clean lifestyle year in and year out. He don't come to camp to detox and to sober up and to get back into a routine of actually working out. You know what I'm saying? So him living a clean lifestyle allowed him to have longevity in the sport.
Yeah.
And if you look at the latest guy who done it, which is Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins had longevity in the sport because of his clean lifestyle. He got away from all the stuff that got him in trouble. And he started living a clean lifestyle. He said, I can last quite a long time beating these guys, living a clean lifestyle. It got to be a lifestyle change. Like, people say it was one about Floyd. Floyd showed you, like, he worked his butt off. He live a clean lifestyle. You don't be going out getting twisted, getting drunk and stuff like getting high and stuff like that. He live a clean lifestyle. And the guys that are able to do that, they are able to go, not all of them maybe, but some of them are able to go a lot longer in the sport because of that, because of the energy level, because of the lifestyle that they live. They're able to go a much longer time. So that being said, I look at how the person is performing and not so much the age of a person. Now, if you performing in a way, I gotta ask your age, then we have a problem.
I got
you. Have a big problem. But if you performing in a way that I'm looking at you and I'm forgetting about your age and I'm looking at the performance, that's a good thing.
Gotcha. And the last question that I have for you, this is, maybe a little bit of a tricky one. Like we talked about earlier, I think the consensus was that Triple G won the first fight. I think in the second fight, I think a lot of people thought he won that fight, and the ones that maybe didn't was like it could have been a draw, maybe went both ways. But we saw how those scorecards were in both of those fights. You had the Adelaide Bird one, which was just, she should never had judged again after that. And then we saw what happened, with in the second fight, which ended up being a undisputed decision, a unanimous decision for Canelo. Are you guys concerned going into the third fight back in Vegas, back in the same place, that the only way that you can get this W is if you put Canelo down and maybe down multiple times and maybe out, completely? Can you win, on a scorecard when you kind of seen how the other two fights have went and what kind of goes into that?
Shed a whole lot there, okay? But I'll break it down. I think the only way, like, we have to call Las Vegas PD because, like you said, somebody was robbing somebody at that judge's table. So we need to have the police on standby to hold some people accountable. So no robberies going on. You know what I'm saying? But in absolute fairness, me personally, I can't afford to train or dictate my fighters how he perform off of what the judges may think, because we don't fight. This I don't know no fighter who fight to satisfy judges. You know what I'm saying? They just, like, usually you satisfy the crowd, you satisfy yourself or something like that. But it's hard enough when you got a tough fight on your hands and you have to think about the judges. That's hard enough. I mean, you got the same judge, like you said, that possibly gave G 4 rounds the first fight, gave him her scorecard was the exact same the first fight as was the second fight. And that both fights was significantly different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, maybe you could do us a favor and dig into it and figure out what the hell they're looking at. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But as hard as it is to swallow, unfortunately, that's something I just focus on controlling what I can control. You know what I'm saying? And the worst part about it is you could beat the brakes off somebody, but if they don't see it that way, they say, you beat him every round, but it's still kind of close. I call it a draw because I like the way he looked. He smiled after it, so you must not have been hitting him too hard. So it's gonna be a draw. It's kind of difficult to with them because there's no rule book format that they have to go by. It's really their opinion. Right. They say, "Oh, well, you studied the book about judging, right?" Yeah, the book said at the end of it, you still have to go off your opinion. So why give them the book in the first place? If you only going off if it's your personal opinion, why even have a rules book about judging if at the end of the day it's going off your opinion? Oh, that was the 10 9 round. That was a 10-8 round. I think the guy showed a little spunk. My opinion, he looks motivated. I attend him. So, like, what are we doing here?
Right.
You know, we playing on people's opinions, and that's just the way it is.
Well, I appreciate.
Just look at the punch stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, the punch stats should. Now, get me wrong. Me and you get into a fight. Okay, there's no knockout. Okay. I hit you 250 times. You hit me 110. Why are you winning the fight? Because your punches was more solid than mine. I mean, why does it matter the way I'm moving? It shouldn't matter the way I'm moving. If I'm moving backwards, you coming forward, but I'm still tagging you. The judge is looking at my feet going backwards, looking at your feet going forward, and that means that round you won. Those 2 rounds you won. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, it shouldn't be like that. You know, it should be a better and more of a proper way to judge a fight. But if it comes to that, then that's when the rules starting to change and boxing become elite. And boxing is not elite. So no one can come up with any rule that someone must follow. Why? Because it's still an independent sport.
Right.
And as long as you have an independent sport, you have independent volunteers coming to judge, and they go judge off their opinion. Why? Because they independent, just like the fighter independent. I got my opinion, you got your opinion. My opinion, he lost. Your opinion, he won. And that's the bottom line too.
Hopefully, you know, in this fight we have a clear winner. I mean, I think that's what the people want out of this third fight is a clear winner, no controversy. So I'm gonna cross my fingers for that, brother. And thank you
Uncross
so
them.
much.
Uncross your fingers. Listen, I'll tell you right now, uncross your fingers. Only clear victory you will have is with the people. You got to be the people's champion. You got to be amongst the people. That's the only clear victory that we are used to. Unless somebody get a stoppage. That's the only clear victory you got. But this fight have a distance written all over it. And you got both guys that never been stopped, never been down. So it have distance written all over it. So I would be a fool to assume this fight won't go to the scorecards. You know what I'm saying? But the focus is the performance of my fighter and pleasing the people, because you would never please the judge.